Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Jehliali. In this incarnation, the moon continues to transit through Leo today, July 25th, and most of tomorrow. Then it is going to move to Virgo. And I was thinking about Pluto in Aquarius because yesterday I was commenting that today the Sun in Leo perfected the opposition. And I believe the passage of Pluto in Capricorn, that was the previous transit, was pretty much about the distraction. Distraction is a quality of Pluto, of old mandates, and of ways of approaching life that are being born from overexertion or, this excessive exigency to obtain results, but leaving aside the importance of the process. And this doesn't mean that at this moment there are no people going through the process of liberating themselves from old burdens, from the should be's or the rigidities, because there are layers that we go through in these identifications. But Pluto in Aquarius, it is the transit that gives continuity to the previous one, and it is representing this breaking with this old established order that responds to Capricorn to create something new. But this creative form emerges in a very unpredictable way. This means that we can give the jump in the void, we can take the decision, we can go through the abyss of the unknown, and recognize that transition has a purpose, and just allowing ourselves to get surprised by what life can bring. There is no control. This is Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius. What occurs many times it is that the transition is the period where we could put everything in doubt, where the fears are emerging, where we can not be trusting in the possibilities that are gestating, because the mind is creating the separation with the universal matrix. And we forget about that everything is synchronicity, that what we are transiting is a movement that is connected with others, and that everything is operating under higher laws, because there are universal laws. It is just that many times in our human limitations we are not understanding the functioning of every of them. And as much as we know that there is contraction and expansion, chaos and order, creation and destruction, in everything there is a pulse, and everything is born from light, and everything is dissolved in it. So this illusion of disconnection, because even if we are experimenting that, we are all part of the universe, emerges when we are living in mechanisms of inertia without intention and purpose, and that disconnects us from inspiration, enthusiasm, and feeling truly alive. And not because we have to do something that is extraordinary, because the ordinary acts, when they are in coherence with the soul, they possess a great purpose. And acts that seem to be extraordinary could be, running from ourselves, running from our voids, or from the deepening that we could do in ourselves. But what I'm trying to say, it is that Pluto, it is. I've commented this in many videos. It is the planet that it is in synchronicity with aspects that are visibilizing our extremes, and it is a transpersonal one. Therefore, we can observe the oscillation of the society too. And from this overexertion, from the belief in putting excessive effort, or the focus in results without questioning ourselves if the path to the top of the mountain, it is truly related to the soul, it is truly linked with the soul, which is the distortion of Capricorn. There is this other extreme, and with Pluto in Aquarius, it is like social media and connectivity, even though I believe they are very, very useful, because if we didn't have that, the process of a spiritual growth that the collective has been experimenting in the last years couldn't be. But also, there are many people right now that are not giving themselves time or space to get bored and to be in silence, and that the creative things can emerge from that. They are losing the capacity of attention to see, to watch, to assist to a video of more of 20 seconds. And at least at this moment, I am perceiving this with this perspective. Many people are using the artificial intelligence to create their own contents. I mean, the function that we came here to exercise and to develop in this plane, it is being ceded to the intelligence, because being a channel of light in whatever form it can take, it is the purpose of the soul. So I think that in some way we could be leaving behind like the gurus and the religions as dogmas of security, but in another form, we could be translating this to technology. Pluto is connecting with Neptune in Aries as a new form of idolatry. People are using the intelligence to do therapy, to open the Akashic registers. I don't know if that is the expression in English, to read tarot. And even though I think it has distortions, because I have tested this, I've commented in other videos that people are also generating emotional relationships, and more than a breach of inner connection, it is being like the space where we are depositing all the solutions and also the escapism to the inner void. Beyond who decide to use it or not, and I think the important thing, it is the intention. I think the challenge, it is already established with the social media in general, because this is about no allowing ourselves to be absorbed, to use them with purpose, and also learning to take distance. Me myself, I many times I realized that I would like to spend less time in the telephone than I did. And the thing is, the generations that are growing up and the ones that are coming, because the mental stimuli and the mental development are depending on the adults of today. And well, to close with this, to make a closure, I really think that is super important, like to listen to ourselves, to listen the body, to know how to stop when it is necessary, but not confusing that with postponing the important things. What we know that represents an advancement for the soul, because that could be transformed in procrastination. I am referring when we are feeling that inner impulse, but at the same time something is blocking it, and it is not this impulse that only comes from wanting to accomplish something for someone or something else on the outside. It is something that comes from our soul. And creativity, it is not something that flows every time. There are days in which we could feel much more connected with ideas, other days that not so much, and other days that we could experiment difficulties to do it because of the blockages of our own mind. And if we feel that we have to do something, that we have to put energy in certain projects, even if we are not feeling that initial enthusiasm or the inspiration or whatever thing, many times something that I use, each one could develop, its own techniques according to what you are doing. But I start to write notes and to write ideas and to open myself to be a channel of something that can contribute to with someone else. I ask for it. You can make other affirmations, but I am saying this because I don't think that the path of the Aquarius age is to annul Capricorn. Aquarius is the air, the connections, the community, virtuality too, but it is not about leaving behind actions that are committed and focused in the long term, even if we don't know how things can change in the future. Because it is very, very easy today to get distracted. And each evolutionary instance is truly an integration of the previous one, an assimilation and a transcendence or transformation of what cannot contribute to the next phase. So even if we are dealing right now with obsolete structures, this doesn't mean to lose sense of structure at all. It is about creating them from places of greater authenticity with who we are. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next video.